somebody called me and said, yo, Bobby Brown, he needs some stuff for him. So I would produce like Bobby artists and Bobby. Me, I produce all Smooth Silk, Styles, Bobby Brown, the people he had on his label.
So to speak to the people who might not know what produce means, does that mean that you wrote it, you composed it, you wrote the lyrics, composed it, arranged it?
Yeah. Hey, see,
tell them exactly what that means.
Well, producing is taking a song that's written and going in the studio, have them take the ideas that was right and put it down where you can get a whole picture of the song. Now, but with this, I wrote them too. I wrote the songs. So I know when Bobby and them, they're like, man, who is this young boy here? Because 3rd Avenue blew up semi, this small, when the group dismantled. And it was like, who is it? Because I was supposed to go to LA to Atlanta for 1 or 2 days. But I ended up staying there 6 months writing songs for everybody. I mean, everybody. And then people was coming in the studio, checking me out, Jermaine Dupri. A lot of people came to the studio just to see I want to see this person.
Who is cranking? So how many songs would you say you were cranking out a day?
I was doing them like from start to finish. Like we'll record everything. I do the music. We'll record the vocals, and then the next day we was mixing. Because the next day I don't know why it took so long. Supposedly, I guess there was just juicing the money up, but we was doing the mixing. I just knew back then you hire an engineer and they come mix it for you. But I guess they all meant the same fate because they all was juicing it up. Like if it take, like it'll take 4 or 5 hours to mix a record. It was taking them a day, sometimes 2. I just know now, knowing now, back then I thought they was doing it right. So 2 days we'll be finished with a song and then have to send it out, well, the record company, send it out to be mastered.
So it would take, but could you like record 5 or 6 songs and then mix them over a certain period of time? And could you do 5 or 6 songs in a day and then mix them down?
Nowadays, I do that. Well, back in the day, I only did what I thought should happen. So I thought you'd do the song, the music and vocals one day, and the next session on that song, it may take a day to mix, a whole day. I didn't know it was just like the norm. I don't know, but now living out, it shouldn't have took that, especially with professional equipment like that. It shouldn't have taken that, because now I can do, like you say, 5 songs in one day.
But that's because we're in the digital age now.
Right. Right now, still to the day, I guess because I'm used to it, I compress music, drums, kicks, snares, and all that. I still do that. It takes no time to do it digitally or analog, because you have such a volume, but it's no more than this. Just crank it up where's that? And with mixing records, it doesn't take that long, because we had some of the best equipment. They got gates, you just patch it in. Just like you go to the computer, hit audio, sync, and go into the audio effect. It's really no difference. I think they was just doing that to really juice up to get that money. Because engineers was getting like $105. I mean, not 105, $125 an hour, or $150 an hour. And if you could expand it for a day, it makes more sense to them. All the babyface stuff and all that, like I produced the deal.
Songs.
Songs. Yeah, I produced songs.
Which song? Let them know.
Are You Ready on the deal?
So what's one keyboard stab or melody that you put into each song that they would know it's you?
I never did that.
Never did.
They
always
like the signature, like the signature. Mm-hmm. They do now. They'll put be something on the track.
Yeah.
I didn't do that because the record company wasn't gonna take that anyway. He probably said, "What that fool is doing? Tell him to get his vocals off the track," because it was a different. And I talk to people today. You know, they got people want to do records with me, and they put their signature on the track. And I tell them, you can't do that if you're doing records with me, because it's not all about you. Is your name on the record better? Okay, well, take your signature out of the record. Let's let the record be for the artist, not for you to brand yourself on an artist deal. You can do it on the internet where you sell tracks or something and you want people to know that it's you. But with me, you can't do that because I grew up not doing that. That's why I don't do it. Moe-P on the track, Moe Pizzle or whatever it may be. I won't do that. The credits, as long as I get the check for the track, I'm good.
Okay, so you're in Atlanta and you were going to stay for only a couple of weeks, but instead you stayed for 6 months cranking out hits with different artists. So did Bobby Brown say, well, we need to have you on the keyboards out on the road? Did you ever go out on the road with these artists, or were you strictly a producer in the studio?
At the time, I didn't want to go on the road on tour because I was making so much money. So bad enough, I just got off tour with Third Avenue, and it was draining. It was draining because they was giving us. We was on what you call the Chitlin circuit, and they had you on the Chitlin circuit. They had you doing 3 cities, because you're going to each spot. You do 2 or 3 shows a day. We was doing summer jams, whatever, daytime like 12. Cause we was new, they was bringing us before. They'll have a big artist towards the end, but we'll do that. We'll do radio interviews. We'll go do this spot. We had to go to each one of those spots to do sound check, and then we had to go do a nighttime show. So it was like draining. And I was like, and at one time it was just for promotion the deal. We just get per diem, and we doing all these 3. And I was tired. I was like, I didn't want to do it at that time. I didn't want to do it because it wasn't good. When I started producing, as a producer, I started working with Bobby and all those artists. That was a lift for me. It lifted me. So with that saying, that's why I did. After the promotional tour, I was tired. We did some other shows, but the promotional tour is kind of wore me down. So, you know, when you come off a tour, you're just like, man, I just want to go vacation. But we was too broke to vacation. So only vacation we have is our own place. And, you know, maybe hang with some people, do some old English commercials or whatever it may be. We was doing that.
So in your group, the Third Avenue, you were the one who was writing and arranging, producing the music?
Nah, I was the one doing the music. It was just a great time. We writing songs, coming up with something that sounds so good, like, cause we was ahead of our time. Like you have Maxwell and people singing the falsetto, but we was doing it way before. If you go look at, people look at the Third Avenue stuff and they hear the Third Avenue song, they would hear a falsetto like that one.
hurt everybody. All my brothers funnier than me. I just kind of bit what they was doing and went on stage with it. But my dad was really the funniest. And to get the courage to go on stage, they were funny at their barbecue and funerals. And
I like my jab, because the jab starts off with everything. If you don't have a good jab, you can't do nothing. If you look at all of the greats, they all have a great jab, like Ali, Ray Robinson, like this Floyd Mayweather, this Pernell Whitaker, this Marvin Hagler, like they all have a jab. So the jab is the key to everything.
You know, we're still not out of the woods, but we are much better than a lot of people, a lot of urban centers in that regard. So it's just a matter of being prepared and seeing things coming and getting ready for it.
Going to different events with people bugging us about what we put in our food. So I broke it down and I started formulating the seasoning and putting it together, and took 6-7 months.